Previously on Knight's Quest. So he's gonna make it be pink. And oh no, I rolled a 9, which is explosion.
Well, since I know where we're going on the map, I could navigate us to where we're going.
The earliest that is coming to mind is being greeted by the writer
and his lover.
Okay, I need you just to scoot over a little bit to the left there. Okay, you big smiles. Big smiles. Alright, squat down. Alright, everyone look at me. Everyone say, Knight's Quest. No one's saying it.
Is this what we're doing? Is this our intro?
No one's saying it. There's literally 2 of you, just say it.
Well, I'll say it at the same time. It'll be great. 2, 1, happy birthday! Oh, damn it, that wasn't right. Oh, man. Guys, I'm sorry. I screwed it up.
This is why I didn't want to be a photographer. This is why I'm a podcaster. Welcome to Knight's Quest. Let's just jump into it, shall we?
Sure.
I prefer to sit, but
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I would love to just jump right into it, but I have bad knees.
Okay, I mean, this is what I get for trying to say let's jump into it. You know, this is fair. We're not in a rush. We got time. Is there more goofs to get to?
I had some fart jokes, but they don't have to happen now.
More goofs.
We can save them.
Let's see.
We can save the fart jokes for later. Like, never. Have we made a fart joke on this show before?
No, actually, I don't think so.
Not as such.
Look at this highbrow humor.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. We're very mature.
Well, all of our characters, they decide to wake up on the next day.
They just decide to.
They decide to wake up. Oh, yeah.
That's the thing you decide to do.
Every morning you make a decision. Wake up or don't. Most people choose to wake up.
Though, to be fair, there is a decision in getting up. That is a decision.
Yeah.
That gets harder every day.
Some people just kind of roll. They don't really... They just sort of like roll sideways and then they don't have to get up per se.
I rolled a 3. I'm not getting out of bed.
So the characters wake up.
Yeah.
Because they choose to, yes.
Damn. Fuck me. They wake up at Yensis and Malak's house. They had gone to bed after having a very emotional and bonding time, sharing their pink bracelets and armbands and neckties and bandanas together, creating a new brotherhood and sisterhood and familia and squad
of an
that has
undetermined name.
The pink people.
Nope.
Not.
I'm just going to veto that right there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Together.
The pink together.
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying words that
I don't
together.
think together is a noun. That's going to be tricky.
Well, better isn't a noun, but now it is, so.
Oh, he's got us there. He's got me there.
I got you. You're in my trap. So they're all awake, and you are setting off for the Usra dungeon today.
Hell yes.
That is your big destination.
Yep.
Grorg's got his map with the blue X marked on it.
Yes.
You've gotten all the supplies and water, food from Malak himself, water from the oasis itself. Yeah, you're basically set to go. Do you have any more, farewells that you want to say to anybody? Or you just want to go?
I mean, I definitely don't think that anyone wants to say goodbye to the keeper.
No.
So I think we're good on that front. Maybe say goodbye to...
I guess probably just Yensis and Malak one last time. I mean, if we're
or
already
if we wanted
there.
to say goodbye to Sim.
Did we already say goodbye to Sim?
Yeah, I think we did say goodbye to Sim yesterday.
Then, no, I don't think there are any other goodbyes. Maybe goodbye to the horrors that were the Azamite. Goodbye.
A metaphorical goodbye.
It's morning time, I assume, right? Have we eaten yet?
You can, let's say you're eating an early breakfast. Malak has given you a hearty meal because you'll be traveling quite a bit.
Yeah.
Eloise walks over to Malak and I suppose sticks her hand out for a handshake.
I think Malak looks at it and goes, no. And he gives you a hug instead.
Okay.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah, Eloise accepts the hug and reciprocates, and she says, "Thanks for taking us in and feeding us and making sure we didn't have to sleep outside because we're going to do that a lot more again. And it was just nice for a few days to not have to do that."
Yensis steps over and goes,
Yes, it was our pleasure to have new friends come and be with us.
Yes, it was nice. It was really nice.
Yeah, especially that food. I'm going to be enjoying eating that for the next couple of days. So thanks for the rations. That's real nice.
I think Rainer's going to say to Yensis, we're not great at, on our journey, we're not super forward thinking in like, how are we going to find a place to stay? How are we going to communicate with people when we don't really speak Terevian? What are we going to do for food? So what I'm getting at is, you kind of saved our butts, like, in a big way. I don't have any idea what we would have done, if not for you guys, and I don't think I can actually repay you for that.
Repayment is not needed. As we say...
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was just the expression. I'm sorry. Kind of forgot.
Your company is all that we have ever needed.
Oh man.
And we are glad that we could protect your butts.
Yeah. Yep.
And the rest of you.
Absolutely. I'm glad for that too.
Aren't we all?
Yep.
You should be on your way soon.
Absolutely. Are we good? I think we might be good.
I think we're good. Anybody else? Anybody got anything? Go to the bathroom.
No, I'm good. I've got all my bread.
All right.
you all start heading out. And Yensis says,
Try not to travel only during the day, though. It gets very hot.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, why have we been doing that?
Have we been doing that?
Yes, exclusively.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Oh my god, that's a terrible idea for the desert.
I mean, we can see. I suppose we can see at night. The moon is quite bright, but sleeping during the day in the desert is kind of difficult.
That's true. I guess there's not really
Yeah.
a Wayne situation.
Yeah. Shade,
Just the desert.
dark, sleep. These are all things that happen at night.
Very good, Chuck.
No problem.
There should be magic for, like, temporary shade of some kind. There should be magic for that.
I thought you were going to say there should be magic to help you fall asleep, and I'm like...
Oh, no,
There
we
is.
already got that. No, we're covered.
we don't. We do not have that.
We had that.
What are you talking about? I've played a song to help people fall asleep, haven't I?
When? What song? You know Sweep?
No. Oh, my God, now I'm confused.
Doth ye forget so quickly?
No.
Our friends.
I swear there was one time where... Oh, no, I know what I'm thinking of. It was a time when we were already kind of falling asleep, and just casually someone was like, oh, you should play that one Mother's Lullaby song. It didn't magically
Yes.
help people fall asleep. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking of.
it just musically helped
We
people
we
fall
just
asleep.
happened to be about to sleep. Right.
Yes.
Never mind.
It took us about 10 minutes to get here, but this is a travel episode.
Of course.
Yes.
I have updated the encounter chart
Yeah.
to
Boy.
decrease the amount of nothing days and remove some of the special ones that we did. So
Interesting.
there's more new things that we might encounter.
Yeah.
But a very fast refresher on traveling. One person will set the pace, which is rushed, which it moves fast, no activities, get tired. Normal, move medium speed. You can do things while you travel, get slightly tired. Leisurely, move the slowest pace. You can do whatever you want. You're not going to get tired. They roll a d20. to determine what kind of random shit will happen, and we're doing it in 3-day chunks just to speed things along.
Right.
So we don't have 100 episodes of travel. Who is setting the pace today?
Jonathan kind of looks around and goes, hey, I did the last one. Okay, I don't have any special directions or anything, so somebody else can take this one.
You know what? I think I will.
That makes
I'll
sense.
do it.
All right.
He's got the map.
Yeah, I've got the map, and based off of... I did some work last night, and if we just do like a straight shot line, it should be about 350 miles.
Oh, boy.
And it looks like last time we traveled about 500, so it'll be shorter.
Oh, damn.
Uh-huh.
Okay, wow.
This does not feel any closer to me. I just want to point that out. I want to say that, have it on record.
We are incredible, though.
I mean, we did travel for a couple of weeks last time.
Yeah, but still, I'm impressed.
So anyway, I think we'll just start off with a normal pace. Keep things light and simple
Sounds good.
with our symbol.
Good.
Rainer's like, every time you guys say that, I feel like I'm mishearing or like there's something wrong with my ears or something. It's very surreal.
And the D20 rolled was an 11.
Which, as we all know, means...
Means something you're going to find out in a second.
Yeah, I
so.
was gonna say, you said that very dramatically, like we were gonna be like, an 11?
An 11?
I want people to know at home. Maybe
Two
someone's
ones
keeping
next to
track.
each other?
How dare they?
Dear God.
All right. What does everybody do for the next 3 days? Again, this is an opportunity for you to increase skills, get to know people better, and whatnot. This must be something you can do while traveling.
Eloise is going to talk with Grorg about Rillian. Not just broad Rillian, but like more specifically like his growing up. Like his personal youth in Rillian.
Ooh, okay. All right. We've been learning a lot about Grorg lately.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'll just give you like some highlight reels from it.
Cool.
He's like, okay, so got a big family, extended family, as orcs in Rillian. Remember, the main population of Rillian is orphs, so they're elk orphs.
Right.
So we're kind of a minority, but not like a tiny one. We're just not the majority.
Can I just say, that surprises me. And I'm not trying to say anything about, but you'd think that the half race would be the minority and like the main. I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's just surprising to me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're very. I am jealous. They're a very successful group. They've got the strength and the tenacity of orcs, but the magical prowess of elves. So I was always jealous of that. Hence my interest in magic items. But yeah, so I had my family. I didn't have a ton of siblings, mainly cousins. But yeah, life was good. Heinous gods. What else is new?
What kind of things do you want specifically to learn about?
Eloise says, no, yeah, like, but like when you were like a kid, like, did you go to school or like how early did they start training in like weapons and like martial arts? Like how does what is a day in the life of Kid Grorg look like?
Well, school's actually, that's a good one. So I had actually kind of a double education. So there was the Rillian education, taught by the orphs, and that's where I learned everything about magic, and that's where, we learn our history, and we learn our math, and we learn all that stuff, how to read stars and stuff like that. But then I had my orc training, which was after school, and that's where we would learn, all the different fighting techniques, some survival techniques, orc culture, orc history. That's where, we would have lessons on the heinous gods, and we hear stories about that. But that was more like a family thing, taught by my aunts and uncles, and my cousins were the different students, or unless they were older, then they taught. So kind of had a lot of learning going on.
Interesting.
Yeah, busy times.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, a lot of fun though. I remember, we would do a lot of practice fighting, right? And it was always fun because every now and then you get to fight one of my, your older cousins. So there was a time when I fought my cousin Grorg. Like I said, it's a common name. But he was Grorg, son of Bone Smasher. is how we called him. And he was really good with, he had really good kicks, right? He had one of the deadliest kicks in the family. He didn't kill anyone. Well, he did kill animals. He did kill animals with his kicks. But that was an accident. He accidentally kicked our pet.
Oh my!
And it died. So
My goodness.
I guess that's how we got the deadly kicks. But anyway, we were fighting, and he went to kick me, and I remember punching his kick in like slow motion almost. And let's just say my punch won. So I broke his foot.
Oh my god.
I mean, yay, Grorg.
I broke a couple
Grorg,
fingers
though.
too. Yeah, that's true. It was the Battle of the Grorgs, and Grorg won.
Good.
Does Eloise have other questions about his childhood?
Yeah. So you kind of mentioned. So Grorg's a popular name. So you are Grorg, son of.
I am Grorg, son of Heinous Slayer. My dad.
Wow.
My dad killed a heinous beast. So
Wow.
he was a pretty big guy. Physically very big, but in stature as well. He didn't run the family, but if he wanted something to happen, it got done. So he had a lot of sway in the familial politics, you could say.
Wow. So like big shoes to fill, because like you said, you didn't have many siblings, right?
Yep, it was just me and my 2 older sisters and my half-brother.
Well, and this is something that I'm kind of curious about, because I've only ever met you as an orc before.
Right.
So like, how are like female orcs also like trained as like fighters?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, everybody gets that training.
Cool.
Can I ask something kind of out of, not really in character, because I don't think Rainer's in this conversation, but I am curious if we have, like, just from living in this world, do we have the stereotype at all in our minds of, like, orcs are hordes of, pillagers and they steal stuff, and, like, do we have that cliche at all?
For sure. I can give you that. I would say that from where you're from, right? Podunk,
Right.
Goldon. You had never really seen orcs, but you definitely knew they existed. Like, it wasn't like a myth or something.
Mm-hmm.
There definitely are more barbaric or like
Tribal.
Yeah, there are orcs that are tribes in the jungle. There are orcs that are nomadic tribes in the fields and plains. That definitely is a thing, and
Okay.
are definitely biases and people who are racist.
Right.
Not
right.
saying that you are, but those people do exist. There are definitely biases against them based off of like old wars that used to happen. But as far as like, oh, every orc is gonna kill you and they should all die, only like the super racist people think that. Most people are just like,
right.
at minimum, they'd be like, I guess I've never met an orc before, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Now, trolls, they'd be nasty.
Freaking trolls always typing mean things about my mom on internet chat rooms.
They're the worst. Actually, you would know this, Rainer, even though you didn't go to library. You would still know this because this is pretty common Glenwood history. Is that the entire region that is Glenwood used to be controlled by trolls, and they were very oppressive to the humans.
Whoa.
So,
are we talking like hundreds of years ago?
we're talking about a couple hundred years ago.
Interesting. Huh.
So there are a lot of people that don't like trolls in Glenwood, for sure.
I see. To be completely honest with you, until about 10 minutes ago, I didn't know that trolls existed in this game. So
Yeah, we haven't met any.
right.
They're not really around.
Thank goodness, am I right?
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Well, I mean, we've met some people who are trolling the campaign, but
Oh, definitely. We have trolled the campaign. Like,
Personally.
yeah.
yes. Eloise, get a friendship point.
Yeah.
What about everybody else?
I know what Rainer's going to do. Rainer is going to study. This is going to sound so lame for people listening to the actual podcast. Rainer is going to learn more from the book because last time he was going to look up more about the writer, but I think for some reason we got sidetracked, and I ended up asking about something else instead. And this Rainer wants to look for information about the writer and his lover, because that is one of the most fascinating things that Sim told us.
Yes.
Like way back when spirits were still being born, I guess, there was someone else. There was also his lover, and that's super interesting.
Yes. Again, I'll give you spark notes on what you find in your book.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read the whole chapter to everyone. But as your book usually does, myths and legends about the writers, are true is it not, what we wrote down anyway.
Close enough.
Fucking love that title. I'm never going to get over it.
What was the actual title, Jamie?
The writer, myths and legends. Is it true? Is it not? Well, we wrote it down anyway.
Thank you.
You gave me a lot of grief about that because for the first season, I was the one who could never remember it.
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
anyway,
man.
so the book is composed with the differing opinions and views. So when there is a section about the lover of the writer, and there's all kinds of thoughts. There's one thought that she was just a regular spirit that the writer happened to meet and find, and they connected. One view is that she is of equal standing to the writer, and they both, they were both at the beginning of time together, and that's why they have that bond. There's some people that say that the writer created the lover, but some people are like, yeah, that's kind of creepy. It's weird. So that's not got a lot of following and support to it. The real question is, where is she? Is she still around? Is she still present?
Oh, okay.
Because no one has really heard or seen of this spirit, and as we all know, people do see spirits and hear from spirits. So, like, where's she at? The current support that they have heard from talking to other spirits or from old legends is that she was killed during the Spirits' War.
Ooh.
Wow. Man, does she have, that I can find in the book, does she have any other name or title, or is the only thing we know about her being the writer's lover,
Yeah, as in the same way that the writer is just called the writer, she is referred to as the lover.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with that information, but it's intriguing as hell.
It is.
Jamie?
Yeah.
What's your current intelligence score?
Probably 0.
I have, for some reason, I have a base of +3, a 1 for ratiocination, a -1 for survival, and a +1 for awareness.
You know what? You've been doing a lot of studying. You can now have a +4 for intelligence.
Ooh,
Yeah,
boy.
I mean, add one more, making it +4.
No, I gotcha.
Yeah. You've been learning.
Add 4.
I wasn't.
Good boy.
If I thought that you were telling me to add 4, I would be like, "Hold up, are you sure?"
It's now +7, boy.
Rainer just stops. He just stops walking. He's like, "You guys, I just feel like my IQ fucking doubled. Like, what? I know everything now."
That's what happens when you go to library.
Facts.
Straight facts, hard-hitting journalism.
Straight up fact.
I think Leroy, he sees that you're reading, and he wants to buff up his intelligence score, because I'm sick of him not having a good high intelligence.
Yeah, he kind of needs that to remember things, right?
Yeah, he does.
He probably is. Oh, no.
So what he's going to do is, he's really trying to take this memory thing seriously. So what he's going to do is just like do generic memory techniques. So he's going to try memorizing the different passages from the history of grain. He's going to do try to remember random words. Like he'll go up to him like, "Hey, give me 10 words," and then he asks you to write them down. He tries to memorize them. I feel like I should have him roll for something though.
Probably.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that sounds a little silly, but the more I think about it, people do that today, all the time. There's apps and little books of brain teasers and shit, and that actually sounds very familiar now that I think about it.
I'm gonna have him roll 4 intelligence with advantage, and because he's got to be smart to get smart. Okay, so he rolled a 15 -1, so 14. I'll give it to him. Leroy now has a +0 to intelligence.
Hey, all right.
Good boy.
It's better than a -1.
That's right.
Definitely.
I think Grorg, he is going to continue to spend time charting the map, analyzing that, and I think he kind of shares with you all. He's like, okay, so our map is
pretty generic. There's not a lot of details on here. Probably not a lot to it anyway, because we're just desert. But it does look like there will be some different desert biomes on our way, so it won't just be sand dunes.
What in the goddamn is a desert biome?
Well, I'm not sure. It's just like in some spots it's dots, in some spots there's like hash marks, which usually refers to different biomes. But it's all labeled as desert, so...
If a couple of us are kind of looking at the map while we're discussing this, can Raynor just be like, "Hey, Abil, come over here. We got a question for you."
Yes.
Do you... I mean, basically, same question we were just talking about. Do you know if, like... I mean, as far as we can tell, the different parts of the map are saying there's going to be different kinds of desert, you know? Do you know what's up with that?
Yes, the desert is complicated. It's not just sand dunes. There's different types of deserts.
Okay,
Most of it is sand dune, but there are some that are long, flat plains of dry ground. There are places which are... the sand will not support your weight as much and you will sink. There are more rocky regions, even mountainous. Not tall mountainous, just obnoxious. And there are some that have prickly vegetation.
I think Raynor has stopped walking. And in fact, I don't think he heard anything after the quicksand description, because being from Glenwood, I don't think he's ever heard of that. And he just kind of looks at the sand around them and he's like, "Did you say that the sand could make us sink, like, into the sand?"
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, why are we here? What are...
Because we have been outcast from our homes, and we are forced to wander the desolate
Wait.
desert.
Abil, that's not what I meant, Abil. Like, are we, like, do I need to worry about this sand? And he points, like, right in front of him.
Always.
Abil, what the fuck? What... He's kind of looking around wildly at everyone like, is no one else worried about this? That sounds terrifying.
You were able to travel to the oasis by magical guidance. And now we are forced to travel by our own wisdom. We will surely be set on by traps and dangers.
Abil, remind me to never ask you for any advice ever again. Everything you say makes me so terrified.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I was already self-conscious about not being the map this time, not having like supernatural protection. You're kind of a downer, bud.
Maybe this is why I was cast out.
No, you can't keep assigning different things to this. We've already discussed why you were cast out.
Because I am obnoxious? I mean, kind of a little bit.
Leroy, stop.
What, he can't hear me. He's off in the distance, crying out into the sands.
Oh,
Abil.
God, that's even more
Abil.
sad.
Come on,
No
we're not stopping.
one loves me.
Abil, we're not stopping.
Oh my God.
He's shouting to
Did
Regan
you
now.
just say no one loves me?
It's real sad boy hours in the desert.
It's very sad.
I think he comes back after, because you're traveling. After a couple hours, he comes back and says, and you were unable to hear what he was saying. It was all in Terevian at one point. He says, "Okay, I have to do that every now and then. It is wailing into the winds."
So we were traveling. He left the group. We kept traveling.
No, he was just like,
He just kind of hung back.
Oh, I gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
So you could like hear him, and he was following you.
While he was also wailing into the winds.
Yes.
I've been watching Inside Out quite a lot because it's one of Odin's 2 favorite movies. And one of my favorite lines in that movie is when sadness falls flat on her face and says, "Crying helps me slow down and obsess over the weight of life's problems." And it's so good.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
What does Jonathan do?
Jonathan is doing some thinking and brainstorming about how they are going to incorporate their new abilities
into their business. Because they went to the Oasis with one color, and now they have the capacity for all color. But he also kind of feels a little bit of a sense of not like purpose because of Sim. And so he's kind of not second guessing the business aspect of it, but like, I don't know, he's dealing with some complicated emotions and
reevaluating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, reshuffling some things. So I suppose he probably talked to Dwarf. Oh my God, Dwarg. He probably
That's
talking
my
to
cousin.
Grorg and Abil about that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's definitely an important conversation that you need to have.
Yes.
I think you all come up to each other. Maybe it's the third day now. You've been working on this. You've been talking about it on and off. And Abil says, "So I have finally been able to count all of our assets.
Oh boy.
And while we do still have quite a lot of money from your original investment, we want to make sure that we take that and put it somewhere valuable. Not like a bank, I mean, into something that will create more revenue for the business."
Oh, Bill, as I've said, this is no longer a business. We're making a religion now.
It's the best business there is, baby.
Whoa.
I mean, I guess, Jonathan, you were still kind of on the fence about which path to take it. Business model, religious model.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I mean, regardless, we're going to be making money. It's just a matter of how guilty I want to feel about it. So I
Where's
feel
the guilt?
like
Where's the guilt? I still don't see it.
the guilt is you know what? No, you're right. You're right. Because I think what we can do is we can start it off as a service that we provide. Like, we're business. We have a business. We provide a service. We do a thing. We get paid for the thing, and then as a little caveat, like a little tie at the end there, we go like, "Hey, by the way, we do this in the name of Sim. Hanging out, getting together, doing cool stuff, a lot of color. If you wanted to go see him." See him, anyway, if you want to go talk to him, he's a dude in the place. You can go, he loves to chat. Go do that. And then, that's as far as I got.
So the plan is, stroll up into a place, change colors of stuff, for money, write a bill for money, and then send them over to Sim.
Yeah, that's as far as I got. I mean, that sounds good to me, the getting paid part and the not feeling guilty part. Both of those sound good to me.
We should figure out the best way to invest our current money. Maybe into advertising. Maybe into a way of getting the attention of the people. Maybe you could hire a musician to write you a proper theme song.
We have a jingle.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we definitely have a jingle.
Right. We're going places with better. Everything's better with better.
Everything's better with better.
Are they both the jingle? Because they are different. Like, I've noticed that we switch it up quite often. Is the jingle everything's better with better, or we're going places with better?
Everything's better with better.
Everything's better
Okay.
with better.
Because the music will sound different depending on which one you guys choose.
No, it's everything's better with better is the jingle.
Okay. Then I need to retool the jingle I made
Oh no.
by just a few syllables. That's all I need to change. It's fine.
Okay.
That's true, because we're going places with better is different from everything's better with better.
It's the syllables are different, Nathan. Don't make
I
fun
was
of me.
agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
This guy. This guy. Well,
I thought you were being
a-
super sarcastic.
No.
I mean, I think we definitely should invest in some mode of transportation, but not just for the business, but also just in general, so we don't have to fucking walk everywhere.
We could buy a sand rake.
Could we? Can we? Is
that
there
a thing
is there
people
a
can
store
do?
for one? Is that
Well-
do they herd them somewhere?
If we wanted to buy a Sandrake, that would probably be all of the resources we have for a cheap one. So maybe eventually.
And maybe let me ask you this: what is the difference between a cheap and an expensive Sandrake?
Texture, speed,
Did you say texture?
Yeah, I feel like the second one there is more important.
loyalty,
Like how it feels when you pet it? Is that what you're talking about?
like how soft it is, yes.
Uh-huh.
It could either, listen, do you want to ride a creature that is soft or that is prickly for miles?
I mean, I guess I would put something down on it so I wouldn't...
That's
getting
a
off.
separate purchase.
I was thinking, in my head, I was thinking some sort of a caravan.
Well, that's definitely out of our budget.
Rainer hears you guys talking about Sandrakes, and he hears talking about, like, how expensive they are. And I think he pipes up, like, I mean, if you guys are talking about, like, something that's for all of this whole group transported, then that's not just the business anymore, you know? Like, we could probably help out with that. We sort of have a lot of money.
Yeah, Abil, when you said you had calculated up all our assets, was that just our money, or was that everybody's money?
I have counted the assets of Better Incorporated.
Gotcha.
Right.
But I am aware of Rainer and Eloise's funds. And if we were to pull it all together, listen, Sandrakes are very expensive.
Right.
And while you can afford to just buy food and random shoes and socks whenever you want, buying a Sandrake is a large financial investment.
I see.
Yeah, because you gotta feed it, you gotta walk it, you gotta train it, you gotta buy a thing to ride on it. I was thinking something with like a cart or a couple of carts that potentially we could like...
We had carts.
Yeah, I know, but like a covered thing, kind of like what a Zajax has got going on. Because I mean, like one of them could be like for sleeping. We could like deck it out with like beds and like shades and windows and like cool, like a living one, and then like another one for like holding the supplies and the stock, and then like one for driving, you know, and have an animal of some sort.
I will have to look at the books again.
How many books do you have?
Well, I'm starting with one book, but it will become books eventually now.
I see.
It's one book called The Books. That's the name of it.
That's what you call it.
Okay, hold on. When you mentioned a Zajax, that got me thinking about something. So, a Zajax wandered the desert with all his stuff for a long time, right?
He did.
Do his carts just have regular wheels? Did that work on loose sand?
You don't know.
I mean, he buys and sells magical items.
Okay, I'll rephrase.
To be fair, his sand traveling time, he did not remember fondly.
Right, that's a good point. I'll rephrase my question to something more specific. When we saw his cart, which we've done several times now, pretty normal wheels, right? They didn't look like something magically enhanced for sand travel. But he could still have that, though. Interesting. I just hadn't really thought about it before.
The evening of the third night, you guys are setting up your little camp. So the sun is just beginning to go down. It's been a fairly windy day today. Not so bad that it's caused you severe pain, but enough that you've noticed it. As the wind is going on, and it always sounds like, you know, the howling and the whistling of the wind, and you begin to kind of maybe understand what Abil was saying with wailing into the wind, because sometimes it sounds like the wind is screaming and wailing back.
Weird.
And maybe that's just because of, you know, it's been 3 days walking in the desert, and that just stuff gets to you. But this time, it's almost like you can hear people, and you cannot understand it. It sounds Terevian. You can almost hear the people screaming and like shouting. So it gets all your attention, and you all kind of turn and look. Abil is definitely at attention, and eyes are wide. He kind of lowers his scarf and looks around, and you see through the dust and the sand that's being blown around, it's almost as if the sand is blowing around the forms of people.
Okay.
That's where the screaming is coming from, and you can just faintly see out, maybe like, kind of like how Azajax was kind of phantasmal and transparent. It's like
God.
a very thin and faint version of that. You see what seems to be a large group of people all wearing spears not too far from your campsite.
Oh my god. Okay.
I think Jonathan turns to Abil and goes, okay, so, like, what?
Well,
That's the question, yeah. That's
it's a great question. I have a couple of ideas what this could be, but
Ideas you don't know? You don't know what this is?
Oh, that's not good.
the desert is a magical place. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you asking me?
I am.
know.
Yes, this is so. I think we will need to get closer to know for sure.
I don't know if I want to do that. Everybody else? I mean, am I alone in this?
Did you say they appeared while we were stopped?
Yeah, so you've kind of set up your camp.
Do they appear to be coming towards us at all?
They seem to be going past your camp, but not to your camp.
Weird. Okay.
Well, I mean, Abil doesn't seem like outright, like, against whatever this is. Because he's
Right.
like, yeah, we got to get closer to figure out what it is. So he's not outright like, nah, we got to go. So I guess Jonathan's down to, like, try and figure it out.
Okay?
Yeah. You know what?
What
Yeah.
about Eloise?
Maybe not all of us go. Maybe just a couple of us go. Like, maybe just, like, Abil, Jonathan, and Raynor go.
I do want Raynor to go. I'm very intrigued.
Okay. You decide the three of you will go off. Grorg and Leroy are okay with staying back. I'm assuming Eloise is also very okay.
Yes.
I think there was a part where Grorg's like,
You've learned all this fighting stuff, and you gotta put it into practice. You gotta use it.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, I want to choose when that happens. Like, she's already in the fighting stance, like legs and arms out to the side,
Right,
like
just in
staring.
case.
Yeah.
the three of you head and follow them. You kind of climb over a dune that's in between you, and you see this group. And as you get closer, give me some ratiocinations.
Oh boy.
Nice.
It's an 18.
16 for Raynor.
Nice, good rolls.
Right?
You can see now that you're closer, the forms are a little bit clearer. Again, they're still spectral. They're not like physically there, but the sand is blowing around them. It's not going through them. There seems to be at least 100
Whoa.
people,
Okay.
and they are all marching in formation. A lot of them are armed with spears. Yeah, some of them have halberds or things that look more like pikes, but all are pole arms. They're all very like the same family of
Long
of
stabby weapons.
Yeah, long stabby weapons. They're all very, not regally, but officially dressed in different armors or turbans and scarves. The shouting seems to be coming from a select few who seem to be generals or commanders or just leaders of this group as they're marching. But it does seem like there's some kind of tension amongst the group as they walk past.
Tension within themselves and not like they're noticing us and yelling.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay,
they have
interesting.
taken no notice to you.
So yeah, Jonathan definitely turns to Abil and goes, okay, so like what?
Again, it's a great
Okay.
question.
Yes, this is either a mirage,
At night?
right, which is what makes me assume it is not a mirage, but rather a visage, or what would be the word you would use? It is a memory that the sand has kept of others that have traveled here.
Whoa.
Okay. A ghost could be the word.
Oh, I don't like that. I like memory. I like memory more than ghost.
This is clearly some
army and based off of... it is not modern. They could be Usra.
Whoa.
I kind of want to get even closer.
Okay.
I don't know if I mean, you said there's hundreds of them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I don't know if I want to get closer or if I just, like Jonathan might just kind of want to see where things go.
Okay. Rainer, you still want to get closer?
I think I do. If we're fairly sure they can't see us because they're not even really here, then yeah, I kind of do.
Okay. So you get closer. How close are you getting? So I was picturing you guys were maybe like 50 to 100 yards away before.
If no one is reacting, if no one is even looking at me, like, I mean, maybe I would just keep going. Like,
Okay. Like walk into them?
yeah.
Okay.
Like,
That sounds
I don't
cool.
want to die, but
So you'll go towards them until you have a reason to not.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Rainer, what the fuck are you doing?
Rainer, you head towards this army. And again, no notice of you, and they do seem to be like walking closer, but that's just the path that they were heading on beforehand. So it makes your journey a little quicker. You're now like right at the edge of them. They're like walking right past you. You could walk amongst them if you wanted to.
Wow.
And you can make out, because of the way that the sand is moving, you're able to make out their faces. And you see men and women marching together, all in similar uniforms, good formation, but based off their faces, and I'll continue this off of your guys' good ratiocinations before, but you can tell they are very good at keeping their emotion together, but still nervous, as if either they just came from a battle or are heading towards one.
Dang. I realize this is a long shot. Am I able to glean anything about like when this is from or who the army is? And I totally understand if the answer is just straight up no. Like,
yeah, give me... We don't have a history. Yeah, just give me another ratiocination. If you walk into the group, I'll give you advantage.
oh man, God, I'm so intrigued to see what happens if I walk into the group, though. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. I think he walks into the group.
Oh boy.
All right.
Should I roll, or do we want to do that after?
Roll for advantage, and then
Okay.
we'll see the whole... Roll with advantage for ratiocination. Ratiocination.
Reformation.
Good thing I had advantage. That's actually a soft 20.
Shit, okay.
Boy.
All right, this is what I'll give you. So you walk into the group, and the only thing that you physically feel is just the wind and the sand blowing against you. But otherwise, you can walk straight through the people, and you're standing in the midst of this army which is marching past you. Somber, scared, tense, but still in control, as more orders are being shouted in a language you do not know. And the shout, all of a sudden, you hear a louder, boominger shout from someone who seems to be in top of command, and everyone stops. There's another shout, and everyone braces their weapons in a defensive position, and you see everyone looking now to their left. You guys, I was assuming, were coming from their right, so they're looking to the other way, and you see the wind picking up some other image, a larger image, and storming towards this army is what you can only describe as the same spectral form, same way it's being portrayed as the army, but it is a large and gigantic scorpion.
Okay.
I would say maybe 40 feet across, and it is just barreling towards this army, and everyone starts attacking. The scorpion is swiping its claws, picking up people, grabbing them with its claws, and swinging its tail. Likewise, the army is throwing their spears, pointing their spears, and casting spells out of them. You see a couple other people in the back just doing some kind of wards or protective spells. Some people are shifting the sand around the scorpion. It seems like people, they have a plan for this moment. Like maybe this is what they were searching after. And the battle continues, and you see men and women die around you. You see the scorpion getting attacked and hit and blasted. It's hard to tell exactly what's happening, but whenever there's an explosion, the sand flies from wherever that hit was, and you almost can see like something dripping via the sand from the scorpion, as if the sand is portraying its blood or maybe its venom on its side as you were watching this ghost battle. And it continues until finally you see one figure who's got a large feather atop of their turban head towards the scorpion with their spear in hand and just leaps up into the air higher than you've seen most men or women or creature or beast jump, and plunges their spear into the head of the scorpion, causing the scorpion to fall silent to the ground.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
There's a moment as everyone is collecting themselves. They're still going to aid the wounded. You see some of the spellcasters going and casting some spells over those who have been hurt. But the one with the great spear pulls out their weapon, kind of wipes it in the sand. They seem to say some kind of word or prayer. You're not quite sure what they're saying, but there's a reverence in what they're saying. And then they turn to the rest of their group, shout out something. There is a cheer, and as they're cheering and shouting, the sand blows away and the memory disappears.
Wow. Okay. So the whole thing's just gone now?
Yes.
Man.
There's only a slight breeze left.
Is there... I think probably Jonathan had, jogged up to where Raynor was once he saw that, shit was all right. Is there anything, in the place where, the scorpion fell? Is there anything in the sand left?
That's a good question. Roll, I guess another ratiocination, I guess, yeah.
All right.
And again, Raynor, all that was happening around you.
Yeah.
And reflected in the light of the sun setting.
Oh my god, that's so weird.
No, Jonathan does not find fucking anything. It is a miracle he can even find his own fucking shoes under his feet.
Abil catches up too, seeing that the chaos has subsided.
Abil, does this happen, more often? Have you seen this before? This is crazy.
I have not seen this specifically, but I have seen things that were not there. Mirages,
Yeah.
as I say. I think I once saw a memory like this, but again, it was earlier in the day, so it could have been mirage. I have seen strange creatures in the sand, so yes and no.
Man, that scorpion, isn't that the patron of the Abu Alab? Nope, I said that immediately wrong. Abu Alab is the spirit, not the group of people, right?
Correct, yep.
For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the people.
The Azamites?
I guess the Azamites, yeah.
Yes, Abu Alab is the great scorpion father. He is the spirit of those scorpions. So, if you can imagine how terrifying that was, he was, I suppose, is bigger and stronger than that was.
Jeez. And that army, that must have been the Usra, right?
Yes.
Man.
There was many wars amongst the Usra and the Azamites, and this could have been even before the Azamites. This could have just been a scorpion that they fought.
Just kind of out and about.
Yes. Like I say, there were many beasts in these deserts, most of which the Usra either wiped out completely or captured.
I think Jonathan is kind of looking around, realizing how exposed they are, and he says, "Hey, maybe we should head back and try and get some rest."
I agree.
Yeah, I don't want to assume anything, but is there a chance that this means we're getting closer?
I mean, in one way, yes. Right? I mean, we just walked for 3 days. I would hope we are closer.
Yeah, but this time we just have a physical map. We don't have a guarantee that we're going the right direction. So I'm saying this could be a good sign?
I think what this means is, when you, and I say this before, when you first travel, you were given the safest route, avoiding all danger and all wonder and mystery, too.
Yeah, it kind of seemed that way.
But, well, now, you are entering the real Gotham Desert. Hey Questies, it's me, Nathan. Thank you so much for listening to episode 28 of season 2. Yeah, we're back in the desert, so I hope you enjoyed that, because, well, that's where we are. I have some sad news to announce, so get yourself in a position to hear some sad news. So a little backstory. For editing Knight's Quest, I put all of the audio files on an external hard drive, because there's a lot of them, and that's worked pretty darn well, except until recently, the hard drive stopped functioning properly, so I was unable to get the audio off of it. Thankfully, the content for the episode you just listened to was already shipped off to Jamie, so it was good to go. But the content for episode 29, it was locked away in the hidden vault. Now, don't worry, I'm currently getting that data recovered, so the episode will still exist and will hopefully be fine, and we'll be able to listen to it eventually, but that process takes time. So it wouldn't be ready it wouldn't be ready in time. Now, we still want to create an episode. We still want content to be available for you guys. So in 2 weeks, on June 5th, there will still be an episode being released, but it won't be a regular Knight's Quest episode where we follow, Jonathan and Rainer and Leroy and all those guys. And it's going to be something else. I'm not going to tell you what. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be secret. So follow us on socials, and I might announce it next week, or basically once I have more of an idea of what we'll be putting out. But there will still be something. So don't worry. There'll still be an episode in 2 weeks, but just don't be surprised when it's not episode 29. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be up in 4 weeks. Or if we can, we might try to bump it up, the turnaround. Can't make any promises, but that episode will eventually come out. So don't worry. That's going to happen. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us even through these technical glitches. So you guys are great fans. Again, next episode, June 5th. And as always, if you want more stuff, we've got merch and content and music on our website, nathanstreck.wixsite.com/knightsquest. Go buy the newest album on there. Buy some stickers. Otherwise, leave some good reviews. Give me some more good memes. You guys did some more memes 2 weeks ago, and I appreciated that. But I need more. I have a hunger for memes. So feed me juicy memes. Otherwise, hopefully I'll be able to talk with you guys soon. You're the best. We love you. And stay safe out there. May your place in his story be long. Oh, and no blooper this week, because all the bloopers were on the hard drive. So instead you get me singing like this to try to be funny or something like that. Sorry about this.